Alexandria is in the far north end of Egypt. It is not terribly far from Cairo, to the northwest of Cairo. Alexandria has been for centuries a port. It was actually founded by Alexander the Great, therefore its name. And even Queen Cleopatra VII was there, and they have just recently discovered some remains of her palace that actually had sunk into the Mediterranean, the southern end of the Mediterranean Sea near Alexandria. And Alexandria is a beautiful city. It's a port city and has been a center or a trade center for centuries because it is accessible both by sea and is a crossroads from east to west as well as from north to south. Alexandria Bibliotheca is the library. It was built, maybe it's one of the most famous or most popular. There are 8 million volumes in the Library of Alexandria. It's built on an angle. It surprises you. You think, what is this funny looking building? But it's designed to resemble the rising sun. So it's round on the outside. There are many, many floors inside. There's a planetarium, there's a museum, bookstore, and so on, all built into a pretty large complex at Alexandria Bibliotheca. Alexandria has quite a few lesser known locations or places to see. Pompey's Pillar is unique. It was for many years actually a symbol of Alexandria. The Fort Kite Bay was built at the same place as the Pharos Lighthouse, which is also one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. And when that was that collapsed because of an earthquake, but the stones that are used in Fort Kite Bay are also taken from the lighthouse and the Pharos Lighthouse and been built right into the wall. I would say another interesting, there was a fairly recent archaeological find in Alexandria. It is a Greek amphitheater. It's really an Odeon. It isn't big enough to truly be an amphitheater. It seats 750 people. And it's one of those lesser known, kind of a surprise that a lot of people did not expect to see in Alexandria. Cairo is, of course, the capital of Egypt. It hasn't always been. Memphis was years ago, and Cairo is probably the closest to a major world-class city with the longest history. It's now in its 7th millennium. And it has been, of course, the center for both the unification of the North and South Egypt, and has been probably best known because of the pyramids. But Cairo is a remarkable historical city, mostly because of the museum that is there and all of the finds. The archaeology is just a way of life for Cairo and for, of course, all of Egypt. It's on the Nile and is therefore a port city. A lot of traffic from north to south is provided on the Nile. And I think Cairo is probably, it's certainly a world-class city, but you would say it is, for lack of a better term, not the safest or cleanest city. But, of course, it's true of all large metropolitan areas. But Cairo is also intriguing, especially from the historical standpoint. Giza is, of course, known for the pyramids themselves, but the Sound and Light show in the evening at Giza is amazing. We've been there, only went one time, but I never forget it because the pyramids, the Sphinx, many of them, even to the top of the pyramids, are lit. It's a laser show, and so it's very dramatic. And they tell the story. Some of the history is embedded in the show, so you go away feeling like, oh, I understand a little bit now about what this is about. I understand now how these, when they were built, how they came about, what's unique about the pyramids, those kinds of things. It's a bit dramatic, and that's not a negative thing. It's just a different way to see the pyramids or the Sphinx than you'd ever imagine during the day.
The light show at Giza is just really a neat experience. They use, of course, lasers, and they use voices and music, and they tell a bit of the story of the building of the pyramids and why this is significant. I would encourage you to take a jacket. It gets chilly at night, and it's just the same thing you see in the day, completely done differently at night.
You have come tonight to the most fabulous and celebrated place in the world. Here on the plateau of Gizeh stands forever the mightiest of human achievements.